Episode 2, Elsa the Dulce here, 100 Tattoo Collection. This is a little bit of my upbringing, my life. I have a little quote here from lyrics, of course, Spanish. Voy a hablar de mi pasado, voy a hablarles de mi vida. No todo es lo que parece, yo también he batallado. Yo vengo de gente humilde y hay muchos momentos tristes, imposibles de olvidarlos. Pobres viejos se esforzaban demasiado, su propósito era darnos un bocado, una dosis de cariño como postre. Tal vez éramos muy pobres, pero muy afortunados. Soy nacida en Michoacán, por jugadas del destino, al poco tiempo de nacida me trajeron a Los Ángeles. Even though this was not a question, I did get love, support from old friends who I haven't seen in a long time. You know, in general, I'm a big lover. I love my fucking friends. I show up all the time when I can, and every time someone's talking to me, you know, I conversate with them back and forth. I'm always giving like a small little therapy session in between them, and I mean, it goes great both ways. Everybody has something to talk about. The quote of the day for me is fuck 'em. Pretty much that goes to anyone and everything, and everybody that knows me knows that I say this, fuck 'em, because pretty much fuck them, right? Nobody that's with you in your vision could just pretty much get the fuck out. And one of my favorite foods is Japanese food. I used to work at this restaurant on Normandy and Carson called Genkai Grill. I don't know if you guys ever had it. It's amazing fucking sushi, nice ass people. We used to get it for free all the time. And of course, Mexican food. I love rice, beans, carne, salsa, everything fucking in between. And top markets to vend at are the 429 Market and the Joint Experience were my top favorite. I used to try to go every single month. I like the vendors there. I like the whole setup. I like the smoothness. They were pretty packed. You were able to do all kinds of 420 stuff. And then I even went to Kushstock, you know, pretty big event with them. Los Angeles Nights, that one I like it a lot too. It's a vibe you need to attend. And the Beach Flea is more like a family event. There's dogs. I like that one too. This one is more of a little longer video for those of you that want to watch. After this, I'll start bringing people in and interviewing them. By choice, my childhood was taken away from me by a very early age. At 16 years old, I was pregnant with my first son. It was a very tough news to break down to me at first. I walked all the way home from Gardena High crying pretty much. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what was next. I didn't know how my parents were going to take it. My mom and dad, it was more like a bad cop, good cop thing. She was always talking about sending me to boot camp because I was behaving bad. I mean, I was a pretty bad teenager in general. I was always out doing bad stuff, drinking, smoking, doing other stuff, getting into trouble, going to the doctor to get pumped, all kinds of stupid stuff that in general I wouldn't allow my kids to do if I have control of it. Every single getaway or Mexican party that you had, you know, we were 14, 15, uncles giving us the beer, giving us the shots. And I mean, this is a different era, a different time. I don't think I could ever just hand over a beer or a joint to these kids. And that's the difference from us to them. We might look like shitty on the outside. Everyone thinks that we're the bad seeds, but in reality, it's otherwise. I used to do markets every week, sometimes twice a week. I would do the underground ones, and then I did all the regular ones that I just said. But sometimes you have to be responsible, and I got the new car, and it's much harder now to hit the events. But sometimes when I do pop up, a lot of people still recognize. I came to the United States at a very early age. I mean, it feels like Los Angeles is my home, but at the end of the day, I have to unlock maybe 3 freaking doors to get to wherever you're able to get at pretty easy. But I'm pretty clever, I'm a visionary, and I won't stop. At home, it was always just work, work, work. It was, nobody really asked you about your day or what was going on. Nobody had cell phones before. Everything was just written on a paper, and you better make sure you did all the stuff before mom was home. And how do I get through a rough day in general? I mean, I'm such a baby. I need a lot of comfort. One of the biggest persons is my grandma. She's the sweetest and nicest person that I know. My man or my boys, I literally just need a hug from them and I'll be okay after that. I just need to be a little bit vulnerable with them. But to be honest now, it's one of the biggest aspects in my whole life. It revolves around family. The kids, my man, myself. I'm always, one of my all-time favorite designs is gotta be about it, the hand tattoo, the moon. But really all the designs, I hold them close to my heart. I have shirts, sweaters, bags, everything that I'm always carrying around, promoting the brand. And I mean, I didn't used to believe in anxiety, honestly, but I've realized overall I do have a bit of anxiety because I'm always thinking, my mind's going through something, thinking about the next stop. But now I realize this, the way we grew up, you know, there was never time to have a mistake or be late or not do your chores. Like, you're gonna get in big trouble, probably get a spanking. When everybody was out there still, you know, going to the house parties, going to concert shows, having fun, hanging out with friends, we were already having to work to provide. But the food on the table, it wasn't the easiest to be a teenager and having to do. Thank you guys for coming to my little TED talk. I mean, hopefully I'm getting better. First time I was a little bit stuttery.